What's up, guys? Coming today with a full slate of NBA and MLB action here on Saturday, May the 9th. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under in each game. We're going to break down both NBA playoff games tonight and every single MLB game. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, so slam that like button. It only takes a tenth of a second, really helps get these videos promoted out there, and helps keep me motivated to grind out one of these videos for you guys every single day. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check below. If you've been watching these videos for a while, you still might not be subscribed. Check and see if you're subscribed. It's absolutely free, and it will keep you updated on when we put out a new video. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, guys, and I cannot make it happen without you. Also, get down there in the comments, ask me anything you want to about any games you're looking at today, any bets you're considering us across the sports world, and I can get back to you about them if I have the answer. If I don't have the answer, I can reach out to the premium handicappers over there at stumpthespread.com and see what they have to say about it. Also, make sure you're checking the pinned comment throughout the day. That's the top comment below the video. That's where you'll find my favorite picks from every single video. You'll also find a link to stumpthespread.com, so you can get over there and check out all of their free picks as well as their premium picks, and you can definitely get on that free email newsletter. Also in that pinned comment, you'll find my massive lock of the day and my dog of the day. In terms of a recap for what we had to go down on Friday, guys, some annoying stuff. We brick out on the Yankees, which they've been on such a good run for us. I don't think we can complain too much, but it's been a long time since we've seen them look that bad at the plate. They get a shutout and lose their 6-0. We also bricked out on that no-run first inning in that Mariners-White Sox games. Two very good starters getting shelled right out of the gate. That was some very, very weird stuff in a game that ended up with 20 total runs scored. We had the Cubs at -150, a nice little win there for Chicago. Brown and the Cubs bullpen combined to look great out there. Rocker got shelled once again there for the Rangers, and yeah, that Texas offense not looking good at all. We're still live on the Braves at +100. They are in very good shape so far against the Dodgers, so hopefully they can hold on there. We're live on the Diamondbacks at +120 as our dog of the day, so we'll see if they can come through for us. They're still pretty early on in that game as well, but holding their own in the early goings. Unfortunately, we come up short on the Phillies at -200. Luzardo just turns back into a pumpkin, looks terrible out there for 3 innings, just getting destroyed. The Phillies left him out there a little bit too long, in my opinion. They eventually come back and tie things up late in this game before eventually losing 9-7 in extra innings. So they teased us pretty hard there before eventually ending up actually losing. So a pretty annoying day out there across the board. No way to sugarcoat it, guys. Not what we were looking for there on Friday. We'll see if we can bounce back here on Saturday. A full slate of MLB, 2 big NBA playoff games. So let's go ahead and dive in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're getting over there to stumpthespread.com, checking out all the great stuff over there, especially the premium picks. Look like they could be coming off a very good day here once again. So definitely check in on those. And now let's go ahead and dive in. We've got a big playoff showdown here between the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 3. So far in this series, we've seen the Pistons take care of business at home. They get the 107-97 win there in Game 2. Very solid stuff out there from Cade. He had 25 points on only 14 shots. He was doing a good job of getting to the free throw line, albeit, very reasonable free throw attempts. He was getting hacked out there pretty aggressively. Duncan Robinson has another big day. Tobias Harris comes up big in this one. Jenkins plays big minutes there off the bench and was a +9. He was instrumental in their win. It definitely helped that the Pistons shot 50% from long range in this game. They actually shot less free throws than we saw the Cavaliers shoot, but they shot the ball considerably better, and they do come away with the win. So I'm sure they're feeling very, very good about that. Their injury report coming in this game looks the same as what we've been seeing. Kevin Huerter probably going to miss this one, but whether or not he plays this game doesn't really move the needle too much for me. The Cavaliers, they come into this game in desperation mode. They have to get a win here in Game 3 to keep their hopes in this series alive. In Game 2, we saw kind of a disappearing act from Mobley. He only had 9 points and 1 rebound in 36 minutes. Jarrett Allen had 22, 7, and 3, so not a bad night out there from him. But we once again see James Harden come up extremely small in a big-time playoff game. Stop me if you've heard that one before. He had 10 points on 13 shots, 0 of 4 from 3, had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 turnovers, and was a -15 in terms of plus-minus. So he's got to play way better. Donovan Mitchell played great. He had 31 points on pretty efficient shooting numbers, although still not shooting the lights out from long range, and nobody coming up big off the bench. We saw Strus only have 3 points on 1 of 6 from 3 in 28 minutes. Tyson played 22 minutes, had 7 points. We saw Schroeder play 20 minutes. He had a bad shooting night as well, and as a team, they shoot 22% from long range. So they have to shoot the ball way, way better here at home. We'll see if they can make that happen. The injury report here from the Cavaliers looks pretty much as you expect. Sam Merrill with that hamstring injury. I don't know that we're going to see him back anytime soon. He is officially questionable for this game. We'll see how it goes, but I would be a little bit surprised to see him out there in this one. Look at the numbers for this game. The Cavaliers are 4.5 point favorites. We've got a total of 211.5. Detroit is 23-21 against spread on the road, 35-30 against spread after win, 24-19-1 to the under on the road. Cleveland is 19-26 against spread at home, 15-19 against spread after loss, 25-20 to the under at home. Given the low scoring game that we saw there in game 2, I actually don't hate the idea of under 211.5 in this one. I don't think we're going to see a crazy amount of offense. I don't think we're going to see Detroit shoot as well in this game. I don't think we're going to see Cleveland shoot as poorly. So we'll see, but under definitely seems in order in this game. In terms of a side, I will take a good hard look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. -4.5 seems like a bit much to me, if I'm being 100% honest. I do think there's a good chance they end up winning this game to kind of, keep their hopes alive in this series, but with the disappearing acts we've seen in high pressure situations from Harden at different points in his career, that makes it a little bit tough. And obviously, Donovan Mitchell having to carry the entire load by himself is a very big ask. Next on the dock, we're looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder heading to LA to take on the Lakers. The Thunder got the wins in both games 1 and 2. Both of them ended up being pretty comfortable, but both games, there were points where the Lakers were really hanging around. In the 125-107 loss there for the Lakers, or win for the Thunder, depending on which side you're looking from, the Lakers were actually leading that game at halftime, end up coming up pretty small there in the third quarter, not able to get over the hump. The Lakers were very unhappy with the officiating in that game. We do see the Thunder shoot more free throws in that one, and SGA hands it with 9 free throw attempts. Chet has 7. AJ Mitchell has 7 as well. As a team, the Thunder shoot 39% from 3 and 56% from the field in general. They are not going to lose a lot of basketball games when you shoot the ball that well from long range. The guys that were knocking down were Chet. He had a good shooting night out there. We liked Kayson Wallace and Jared McCain going 4 of 5. Insane stuff. I cannot believe that he ended up on the Thunder for such a reasonable price. Absolutely just insane. Malpractice, honestly, for that trade to actually end up happening. So we'll see what the Thunder can do in this one. They come into this game with their normal injury situation. We don't really expect to see J-Dub available for this game. We don't know for sure, but I would be very surprised. Why would they rush him back when they're already up 2-0? So I'm expecting the normal suspects out on the floor for the Thunder in this one. The Lakers, they have to be pretty frustrated. Obviously, we're very frustrated with the officiating. We loved what we saw from Austin Reeves in that game. He had 31 points. He was a -20, so the defense continues to be an issue, but he played really well out there on the offensive end. 10 points off the bench from Kennard. He seemed to find his jump shot. LeBron had 23 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, and 3 steals. A pretty good night from him. Rui shot the ball well from 3. Marcus Smart had one of those Marcus Smart nights where he could not throw it in the ocean from long range, so we'll see if he's got a bit of a bounce back in him. His defense, though, is key for this team, so we'll see what he can do out there in this game. Obviously, a very important one if the Lakers are going to have any shot at all in this series, or to extend this series and give Luka a chance to come back. We are not seeing anything that would indicate he's anywhere close to coming back for this game, so it seems like we're just going to have the normal Lakers squad out there. Austin Reeves, in the mix, ready to go. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Lakers are getting 8.5 points at home. We've got a total of 211.5. The Thunder are 21-21 against spread on the road, 34-35 against the spread after a win, 24-18 to the over on the road. The Lakers 27-17 against spread at home this year, 19-13 against spread after a loss, 22-22 to the over under at home. I will lean just slightly. Actually, no, I'll lean significantly towards over 211.5 in this game. I do think we'll see a decent amount of offense in this one. We saw a ton of offense there in game 2. I don't think we're going to see everything dry up. I think we're going to see a decently high-scoring game. In terms of a side, guys, I think the Lakers are live on the money line in this game, and I definitely think the Lakers are live here at +8.5. I'm not saying this is a lock or anything like that, but I do think the league is very interested in this series continuing. They're also very interested in making it seem like they're doing something about all the flopping antics that the Thunder have going on constantly, so I do think the Lakers will be given a shot in this game. Will they win it? I don't know. It seems like a bit of a big ask, but I do think they're live, and I definitely like the Lakers and the points. Hey guys, before we jump in and break down that full MLB slate here on a very busy Saturday, we got to shout out the sponsor today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Those are the 2 easiest ways to get over there to StumpTheSpread.com, and that's where you can find the premium top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not the premium handicapper over there for MLB, NHL, UFC, anything like that. We have a team of experts over there covering all the major sports. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC picks. Things have been really cooking over there on the MLB side of things, looking like a very good day over there on Friday. Cashing a nice 2-unit play there on the Cubs, cashing the Royals already. Some tough luck there on a few plays like the Yankees and Angels, for example, but the Braves are looking good. Already cashed the Guardians, cashed that no-run first inning in that Cardinals-Padres game. So, yeah, a lot of wins in there. Still live on the Spurs at -4.5 and the Ducks on the NHL side. So we'll see how that all ends up, but looking like a very solid day over there for the premium members. Definitely consider going over there and signing up for a premium membership. It's a very, very great resource for any even semi-serious sports bettor, and definitely get in the mix on that. Also, guys, there's tons of free stuff over there as well. Check out the free picks every single day. They're under the free picks tab. You certainly don't want to miss out on those. Those come directly from the premium handicappers, so it's a great way to check out what it would be like to be a premium member. Also, get in on that free email newsletter. The write-ups in that email newsletter have been amazing. The golf write-ups are up over 50 units so far in the PGA season. The big NASCAR write-ups, the big write-ups on the Kentucky Derby, like anything that's going on in the gambling world, you can guarantee there's going to be write-ups in that free email newsletter. And it's a great resource. It's absolutely free to sign up. You just go to stumpthespread.com and set up a free account. There's a guy for your name and your email address. That's all you have to give them, and you'll be on that email list. If you're having trouble getting it, definitely check your spam folder, but certainly get in on that free email newsletter, guys. It's just great information every single day. Also, over at stumpthespread.com, you can pick up a Stump the Spread hoodie. If you're interested in one of those, we're selling them for $39.99. That is at cost. We make nothing on those hoodies. We're trying to whip up some new ideas for designs and stuff like that. We'll get those in the mix for sure, but definitely consider picking up a hoodie. We don't make anything on those, and it includes free shipping, so it could be to your address in as little as 7 days. Also, if you're a massive fan of what you're seeing from here every single day on YouTube, you can click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, so that could, get you 3 or 4 or 5 hours ahead of everybody else having access to the video and having a chance to get in on those early lines. You also get your name up on screen in every single video, just a little bit of, just recognition. So thank you to you for being a channel member, but also you get your name in every single drawing we do, every single members only giveaway we do. We do this every Monday and Thursday. We give away a Stump the Spread hoodie to one random YouTube channel member by putting the name of every single YouTube channel member on a big wheel. We spin that wheel live on the video. Whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie of their size mailed straight to their address of choice. So love doing those giveaways, guys. We do 2 every single week. The more YouTube channel members we get, the more giveaways we're going to do. So big shout out to all of you. Big shout out to everybody that's watching these videos in general. Now let's go ahead and get back after it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're getting over there to stumpthespread.com and checking out all the great stuff over there. And now let's get back after it, guys. We've got a big slate of MLB games to cover here. And first up, we're looking at the Los Angeles Angels heading to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. The Angels come into this game fresh off a tough 2-0 loss there in game 1 of this series. They're going to try and bounce back. Obviously, haven't had the greatest season. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Jack Kohanowitz, who's 2-1 on the year, a 3.05 ERA. He's coming off an excellent start there against the Mets. 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. Unfortunately for him, that's in a game that we eventually see the Angels lose 5-1 there against the Mets. He did face the Blue Jays here pretty recently back on the 21st of last month, and he was excellent in that outing as well, giving up only a single earned run over 5 2/3 innings, but we see him get very little run support, and the Angels eventually lose that game also. So we'll see if we can get some run support in this one. The Angels bullpen has been atrocious, one of the worst bullpens in the majors. The offense has not been great here recently. They're still 12th in runs scored, but they're down to 23rd in batting average. Mike Trout having a good season, and they are coming off a day where they got shut out, so definitely in a bounce back spot at the plate as they take on the Blue Jays, who at 17-21 on the year have to feel good about that 2-0 win that snapped a 4-game losing streak, but not up to the hottest start in the world. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Trey Yesevich. He's 1-1 on the year, a 0.96 ERA. This is only his 3rd start of the season, but he shut down the Red Sox and, kind of shut down the Twins. 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run allowed, walked 3 and struck out 6 there in Minnesota his last time out. That was a game we would eventually see Toronto lose, so we'll see what he looks like here against the Angels. The Toronto bullpen is getting maybe slightly better. A 4.15 bullpen ERA, though, is certainly not great, and the offense has scored 2, 0, 3, 1, and 3. Over their last few games, they're down to 27th in the majors in runs scored. So seemingly gone is that dynamic Toronto offense from last year. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Angels are plus 145. The Blue Jays are minus 170. A total of 8 in this game. The Angels are 7-13 on the road, 12-8 to the over on the road. Toronto is 10-8 at home. They're a 500 over-under team at home. I know the Angels aren't great on the road, guys, but plus 145 with Kohanowitz on the mound seems very playable to me. We also have the Angels offense in a big bounce back spot after getting shut out. This is a big plus number, and I think we have to definitely strongly consider it for a potential dog of the day. Next up, we're looking at the Athletics going on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. The Athletics won game 1 of this series there in Camden Yards, getting a 4-3 win. They're going to hand the ball in game 2 to Aaron Savale, who's 3-1 on the year, a 2.95 ERA, coming off a good start against the Guardians. 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run allowed, so excellent work there. He did have a rough start against the White Sox back in the middle of last month, but in general this season has looked very, very solid. The Athletics bullpen, on the other hand, not so hot. Bottom 6 in the majors, a 4.76 bullpen ERA. The Athletics offense is supposed to round into form here at some point. They are still 14th in runs scored, but they're easily top 10 in all the other major hitting categories. They have some monsters out there that are more than capable of putting up big, crooked numbers on anybody, so I am expecting this offense to get things rolling here at some point. We'll see if they can do that here against the Orioles, who not having a great season at 17-22 themselves. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Shane Baz, who's 1-3 on the year, a 4.99 ERA. He got knocked around aggressively by the Yankees his last time out. It was the Yankees, so I'll cut the kid some slack, but it is a little bit of a tough look, and he hasn't had a great season. He's given up 5-1, 4-4, and 3 earned runs over his last 5 starts. I mean, over the entire season, we only see, 2 wins and 5 losses for the Orioles with Baz on the mound. So we'll see what he can do. Obviously, the Orioles bullpen has not been great either, and their offense hasn't lived up to expectations. 22nd in the majors in batting average, 14th in slugging percentage. Maybe they're headed in the right direction, but 3-3, 7-9, 1-3 over their last few doesn't really get me super hyped. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Athletics are plus 115, the Orioles are minus 135, a total of 9 in this game. The Athletics are 11-10 on the road, 12-8-1 to the under on the road. The Orioles are 9-9 at home, 12-6 to the over at home. I'm going to be leaning towards the underdog in this one as well. I like Savale on the mound in this spot a good amount. I think Baz could have some trouble out there. You could maybe talk me into this being a high-scoring game. Over 9 feels slightly ambitious, so I definitely think the Athletics at plus 115 are the side you want. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Houston Astros heading to Cincinnati to take on the Reds. The Astros at 16-23 on the season, not exactly lighting the world on fire, but they're headed back in the right direction. They're coming off a 10-0 blowout win in Game 1 of this series. In Game 2, they'll hand the ball to Spencer Arrighetti, who's 4-0 on the year, a 1.96 ERA. He's only made 4 starts this year, and he has certainly made the most of them. He shut down the Yankees here recently. His last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed there against the Red Sox, and he walked 5 in that game. Clearly did not have his best stuff. So we'll see what he looks like in this one. I'm expecting good stuff once again. The Houston bullpen, however, has been the worst bullpen in the majors, so that is a large concern. The offense coming off a 10-run game has to feel great, maybe bust out of a little slump there. They're 6th in the majors in runs scored. They are 3rd in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage. I mean, Alvarez hitting the cover off the ball. This is one of the most, the strongest offensive teams in the majors. So we'll see what they do here against the Reds, who at 20-19 on the year have now lost 8 in a row. Quite the free fall. They'll hand the ball in this game to Chase Burns, who's 3-1 on the season, a 2.20 ERA. He shut out the Pirates over 7 innings, giving up only 3 hits, striking out 7 and walking 1. In a game we would eventually see the Reds lose 1-0. So you can't do much better than that. We'll see what he can do here against the hard-hitting Astros. Obviously a bit of a tougher team to face than the Pirates, I would imagine, but still, the kid's thrown the ball amazing over his last 4 starts. So we'll see how this one goes. The Reds bullpen has been in a free fall for a couple weeks now. It feels like a 6.64 bullpen ERA. Disaster stuff there. In the offense, the bottom's falling out there as well. They scored 0-3-6, 2-4-0, and 7 over their losing streak. They're down to 22nd in runs scored and last in team batting average. So looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the Astros are plus 140. The Reds are minus 170. We've got totals out there of 8.5 or 8. Houston is 6-13 on the road, 11-7-1 to the over on the road. Cincinnati is 10-8 at home, 13-5 to the over at home. I don't really feel like this is an over spot with these two guys in the mound, so maybe give me under 8.5, but I mean, better than that. Once again, I'm leaning towards the underdog in this game. I think we see the Astros find a way here against Chase Burns or against that terrible Reds bullpen. If this turns into a slugfest, I definitely like the Astros a hell of a lot more than I like the Reds. Next on the docket, we got the Tampa Bay Rays heading to Boston to take on the Red Sox. The Rays are 25-13 on the season. They just had their winning streak snapped there with a 2-0 loss in Game 2 of this series. So we'll see how they bounce back in this one as they hand the ball to Nick Martinez, who's been just lights out this year. 3-1, a 1.71 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed there against Toronto. In a game we would eventually see the Rays win 5-1. They are 4-1 over his last 5 starts, and he's given up exactly 5 earned runs over those 5 outings. So dominant stuff. We'll see what he can do here against the Red Sox. I'm not expecting him to slow down now. The Rays bullpen got off to a rough start to the season, but is looking better and better here as the games go on. And the offense, while they're coming off a day where they were shut out, has been very reasonable. 13th in runs scored, 5th in batting average, 8th in on-base percentage. Diaz hit the ball really well for them, but honestly, there's been guys having good seasons up and down the roster so far this year. So we'll see what they can do at Fenway. The Red Sox are 17-22 on the year. They have won 4 out of their last 5, so maybe they're putting things together here. Peyton Toole will get the start for them in this one. He's 1-1, a 2.04 ERA. He's had 3 pretty good starts. Maybe he struggled a little bit there against Toronto, but did a great job against the Yankees. And his last time out, 7 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs. Both of them were unearned. allowed there at Detroit, and it was eventually a 5-4 win there for the Red Sox. So we'll see what he can do in this one. Obviously, the Boston bullpen's been very good this year. No complaints there. The offense has been not ideal. 24th in runs scored, 29th in slugging percentage, but they're hitting the ball a little bit better recently. 2, 4, 4, 10, and 5 over their last several games. So we'll see what they can come up with here against Nick Martinez. The Rays are plus 125 in this game. The Red Sox are minus 145, a total of 8 in this one. Tampa Bay is 11-8 on the road, 11-7-1 to the over on the road. Boston is 6-11 at home, 11-5-1 to the under at home. I got to do it again, guys. I'm getting a little bit concerned here, but once again, I like the road underdog in this game. Give me the Rays at plus 125. Martinez on the mound has been great. Tampa Bay has been fantastic. This is a huge bounce back spot for them after getting shut out. I think they find a way to put up some runs here against the Boston pitching staff, really regardless of who's on the mound. Rolling right along, we got the Washington Nationals heading to Miami to take on the Marlins. The Nationals at 19-20 on the year have won 3 in a row and 4 out of their last 5, and things are looking a lot better this season in Washington. They're going to hand the ball in this one to my twin brother, Zach Littell. He's 1-4 on the year, a 7.24 ERA, coming off, well, a long bullpen outing there against Milwaukee, and he finally seems to have found it, guys. 3 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run allowed. Pretty good work there, and he helped Washington eventually get the 3-2 win there over Milwaukee. We'll see what he looks like this time around taking on the Marlins. Hasn't faced them yet this season, but I have high hopes, and I'm sure the Nationals do as well. Now that Washington bullpen has not been super helpful, but they're getting better. Down to a 4.57 bullpen ERA is definitely a step in the right direction. The offense, 3-7, 15, 3-3, and 1 over their last few games. Maybe not super reliable, but they are 4th in runs scored and top 10 in slugging percentage. And with CJ Abrams and James Woods out there, you've got a pretty solid dynamic duo. So we'll see what they can do against the Marlins. Miami, they are 17-22 on the year, not having a great time. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Jansen Junk, who's 2-3 on the season, a 2.82 ERA, coming off a good start there against the Phillies. 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run allowed, walked to 0 and struck out 6. So excellent work there. His last 3 starts have all been very, very good, and that's against the Cardinals, Dodgers, and Phillies. 3 pretty hard-hitting outfits. So we'll see what he does here against the Nationals. Also a pretty solid hitting team. The Marlins bullpen has been very, very good so far this year. Top 5 in the majors basically all season long. The offense, 2-4-4, 7-0, and 2 over their last several games. I mean, not lighting the world on fire, but we'll see what they can do here. They are 9th in batting average and 9th in on-base percentage, so maybe, should be headed in the right direction. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Nationals are plus 135. The Marlins are minus 160, a total of 8.5 in this one. Washington is 12-7 on the road, 11-7-1 to the over on the road. Miami is 12-11 at home, 12-11 to the over at home. With these two guys in the mound, I'm probably not going to get involved in the over, although maybe with these trends you could talk me into it. In terms of a side, I will lean a bit towards the Marlins at home at minus 160, but with Littell coming off a decent outing, I think we have to kind of wait and see on this one and see what he can do. So this game, probably not going to get much action from me. Next on the dock, we're looking at the Colorado Rockies heading to Philly to take on the Phillies. Now, the Rockies got the 9-7 win in game 1 of this series. Luzardo looking like garbage out there, and the Rockies taking advantage and then giving up the lead and then eventually winning in extras. So, yeah, honestly, bonkers stuff out there. The Rockies will hand the ball in game 2 to Kyle Freeland, who's 1-3 on the season, a 5.04 ERA. Back-to-back terrible starts for him, getting shelled by the Reds and shelled by the Atlanta Braves. We'll see what he can do in this one, but I'm not expecting very much good stuff to come from him. I'm also not expecting miracles from this Colorado bullpen. That is, they have had some solid outings this year. They're not as bad as they were last season. Still not great. The offense coming off a 9-run game has to feel amazing. Maybe they can continue that part. I mean, they are 16th in runs scored, 6th in batting average, and 7th in slugging percentage. I mean, the Phillies, not maybe the toughest nut to crack. Phillies are 17-22 on the year. They've lost 2 in a row now. They're going to hand the ball to Aaron Nola, who's 2-3 this season, a 5.06 ERA, coming off a 6-inning, 5-hit, no-run allowed performance there against the Marlins. By far his best start of the season. We'll see if he can build on that here against the Rockies. I'm not necessarily expecting miracles from him or that Phillies bullpen that once again looks like it's going to be a huge problem for them this season. The offense has looked okay. They are 26th in runs scored, 25th in batting average. After a prolonged slump to open the year, I can understand how they've had issues, so we'll see what they can exactly get done in this one. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Rockies are plus 165. The Phillies are minus 195, a total of 8.5 in this game. The Rockies are 7-12 on the road, 11-8 to the under on the road. The Phillies are 10-11 at home, 12-8-1 to the over at home. I am going to lean towards the Phillies in this game. Minus 195 is way too expensive for a team I do not trust at all these days. Well, I guess depending on who's in the mound, but really don't trust at all. So, yeah, give me the Phillies, but I'm staying mostly away. Next up, guys, we got the Minnesota Twins heading to Cleveland to take on the Guardians. The Twins have lost 3 in a row now, including a 6-4 loss in Game 1 of this series. They're hitting the ball in Game 2 to Joe Ryan, who's 2-3 on the year, a 3.72 ERA, coming off a weird injury-shortened outing, I believe. Yeah, we'll see what he is able to do in this one. Sounds like he's supposed to be okay. I don't know if I'm fully convinced. We'll see what happens with him out there. Yeah, that's kind of a big red flag. Although he has generally thrown the ball well this year, the Twins' bullpen has not been great. It's been actually a huge problem for them. One of the worst couple bullpens in all of Major League Baseball. The offense has made some marks. They are 8th in runs scored. They're 11th in on-base percentage. They've scored 4, 5, 2, 11, 4, and 4 over their last few games. So not awful, but definitely not top tier. So we'll see what they can do here against the Guardians, who come into this game obviously, feeling pretty good about 3 straight wins. Tanner Bybee will get the start for them in this game. He's had a hell of a beginning of his season. He's 0-5, a 4.58 ERA. He's coming off a rough outing there against the Royals. He has had some good starts this year, but he's also had some disasters, like getting destroyed by the Braves, giving up 8 runs over 4 2/3. So we'll see what he looks like in this one. Hasn't faced the Twins yet this year, so maybe something like that can save him. The Cleveland bullpen has not been as good this year as it was last year, although they are headed in the right direction. The offense for the Guardians, 18th in runs scored, 24th in slugging percentage, also 24th in batting average. Their last 3 games, they've scored 6, 8, and 3, so maybe they're figuring it out a little bit, but I am definitely concerned. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Twins are plus 100. The Guardians are minus 120. A total of 7.5 in this one. Minnesota is 6-12 on the road, 11-7 to the over on the road. Cleveland's 9-7 at home, 10-6 to the under at home. This game, guys, I'm not going to have a lot of investment going on. I will lean a bit towards the Guardians at minus 120. Maybe Bybee can figure it out in this one, but I don't trust either starter in this spot, so this is going to be a stay-away spot for me. Next up, guys, we're going to the Chicago Cubs heading to Texas to take on the Rangers. The Cubs got the 7-1 win for us there yesterday in Game 1 of the series, so slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing that one. They'll hand the ball in Game 2 to Edward Cabrera, who's been a great acquisition. He's 3-0 on the year, a 3.27 ERA. Now, I say that. He's been consistently solid, but not consistently great. He's given up 3 earned runs in each of his last 5 starts. The good thing for the Cubs is they've gone 4-1 over that stretch. So we'll see if he can keep making that happen. It has been a little bit tougher, although facing the Rangers probably feels like a bit of a sense of relief since they've not been a very good offensive team this year. The Cubs bullpen has been fantastic. No concerns there. Well, fantastic might be a little bit of an overstatement, but they've been good, and the offense has been killing it. 7, 8, 7, 3, 5, and 8 over their last several games. They're 3rd in runs scored. They're the top on-base percentage team in all of Major League Baseball. They're top 5 in basically every major category. This team can absolutely swing it. So we'll see what they can do here against the Rangers, who are basically the opposite. They've scored 1, 2, 6, 4, and 1 over their last several games. They're the ball to Jack Leiter in this one, who's 1-3 on the year, a 5.45 ERA. He continues to struggle. He gave up 5 earned runs on 5 hits while striking out 10 there against Detroit his last time out. But yeah, that was a 7-1 loss for the Rangers, who are 1-4 over his last 5 starts. So that's not great news. They're wasting one of the best bullpens in baseball this year by being so inept. While their starters haven't been great, their offense has been even worse. They're 28th in the majors in runs scored. They're 26th in slugging percentage. They scored 1, 2, 6, 4, and 1, like I already said, over their last few games. Not looking too good. So looking at the numbers for this one, the Cubs are minus 145. The Rangers are plus 125, a total of 8.5 in this game. The Cubs are 8-7 on the road, 11, 3, and 1 to the over on the road. The Rangers are 7 and 8 at home, 12, 2, and 1 to the under at home. It's a Rangers home game, so we have to consider under, no doubt about that. But with Leiter on the mound, I'm not getting involved, maybe not even with Cabrera on the mound. But I do love the Cubs here at minus 145. I think they're in excellent shape. Once again, Cabrera has been getting plenty of run support. I don't see that necessarily changing here with Leiter on the mound for the Rangers. So definitely a good look at the Cubs here on Saturday. Next up, we got the Detroit Tigers heading to Kansas City to take on the Royals. The Tigers are now on a 4-game losing streak after losing Game 1 of this series 4-3. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Ty Madden, who has yet to figure in a result this year. He's only made 1 start, but he was great there against the Red Sox. 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, walked to 0, and struck out 7, albeit in a game the Tigers would find a way to lose in the end 5-4. We'll see if he can run it back here, taking on the Royals, maybe not the scariest outfit to face. The Tigers' bullpen has been decent, not top tier, but definitely decent this year. The offense, though, man, it is looking bleak here recently. So we're 3-0, 3-5, and, well, I guess 7 in that last game against the Rangers. So we'll see if they can bounce back here, but it has not been a great year. They are 15th in runs scored, 11th in batting average, but it hasn't even really felt that good this season. So we'll see what they can do against the Royals, who obviously are coming off that nice little win in Game 1. They're going to hand the ball to Michael Wacha in this game, who's had a good beginning of the year, 3-2, a 3.05 ERA. Coming off a good start there against Cleveland, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, walked 1 and struck out 3. I mean, a very good day, and the Royals win that one 6-2. He's thrown the ball well this season in general. Did have 2 kind of bad starts, not great against the Athletics or the Orioles, but is definitely throwing the ball well now. The Royals bullpen has been a huge issue. Bottom 5 in the majors, not a good bullpen. The offense is coming alive. We're seeing Bobby Witt Jr. start to look a bit better out there. They're up to 21st in runs scored, 12th in slugging percentage. They scored 4, 5, 1, 5, and 6 over their last few games. So looking at the numbers for this one, guys, the Tigers are plus 115. The Royals are minus 135. We got a total of 9 in this game. Detroit is 6-14 on the road, 10-10 to the over-under on the road. The Royals are 11-9 at home, 12-8 to the over at home. Guys, I love me some under 9 in this one. I don't think we're going to see either offense do anything too crazy. I expect both starters to have pretty good outings. Well, I guess the Royals bullpen is terrible, but the Tigers bullpen's good enough. Definitely think under 9 is very solid in this one. Next up, we're looking at the New York Yankees heading to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers. The Yankees are 26-13 on the season. They have lost 2 out of their last 3, but things are going okay. They'll hand the ball in this one to Cam Schlittler as they try and bounce back from getting shut out there on Friday. Schlittler is 5-1 on the year, a 1.52 ERA, coming off a very good start against the Orioles. He did give up 7 hits over his 5 2/3 innings, but only gave up 1 run. He walked 3 and struck out 4. Definitely a night he didn't have his best control, so we'll see if he can look even better here against the Brewers. Obviously, he's had a great season, though, no doubt about that. The Yankees bullpen has been one of the best 2 or 3 bullpens in all of Major League Baseball, so that's certainly been helpful. And the offense, while they're coming off a game where they scored 0 runs, has been excellent. They're 2nd in runs scored. They are 4th in on-base percentage, 2nd in slugging percentage. To me, this has generally looked like one of the best offenses in the majors. Mizorowski just had himself a hell of a night out there against them on Friday. So we'll see what the Yankees do here against the Brewers in Game 2. Obviously, Milwaukee feeling good about themselves coming off that shutout. Kyle Harrison will get the start for them in this game. He's 3-1 on the season, a 2.12 ERA. He's coming off an excellent start there in Washington. 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 run allowed. He hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs over any of his last 5 starts, but let's keep in mind over that span he's faced Washington, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Washington again, and the Royals. So we'll see what he does here against a team like the Yankees. He is pitching at home, so that should maybe help a little bit. The Milwaukee bullpen has been very good, not as good as the Yankees, but still very good. Their offense, maybe not top tier, but they are top 10 in runs scored. They're 13th in batting average, 27th though in slugging percentage. So not a big power numbers kind of team, but they find a way to get the runners around the bases. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Yankees are minus 145. The Brewers are plus 125. A total of 7.5 in this game. The Yankees are 12-6 on the road, 11-6-1 to the under on the road. Milwaukee is 10-8 at home, 10-8 to the over at home. No major play on the total in this one. You could maybe talk about no run first inning or under in the first 5 with these 2 guys on the mound, but I honestly don't trust Harrison in this matchup, so give me the Yankees at minus 145. I think we see the offense bounce back in this one. Next on the docket, we got the Seattle Mariners heading to Chicago to take on the White Sox. The Mariners come into this game 19-20 on the year. They have won 3 out of their last 4 and won Game 1 of the series. An insane 12-8 barn burner. Not what I thought was going to happen in that game at all. Luis Castillo gets the start for him in this one. He's 0-3 on the year, a 6.29 ERA. Another mediocre start his last time on the mound. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs allowed there against the Royals. It has been a rough season. He's had maybe 2 decent-ish starts, but it's been very, very bleak in general. The Mariners' bullpen, on the other hand, has been excellent. No complaints there. They've been top 5 in the majors all year long. The offense coming off a game they put up 12 runs, I'm sure feels great, but they're still 24th in the majors in runs scored and 27th in batting average. Cal Raleigh, falling off the face of the earth this year, has definitely not helped. They're taking on a White Sox team that at 17-21 on the year, not as incompetent as they were a season ago. Anthony Kay gets the start for them in this game. He's 1-1 on the year, a 5.70 ERA. His last start, though, was pretty good against the Padres. 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. Keep in mind it was the Padres, and they did eventually lose that game 4-3, so we'll see what he can do out there against a Seattle team that, not exactly super potent at the plate. The White Sox bullpen, not really a great one, but definitely not as bad as they were last season, I guess, and the offense is definitely taking strides in the right direction. They are 23rd in runs scored, 20th in slugging percentage, and 17th in on-base percentage, but still, not exactly a great offense. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Mariners are minus 140, the White Sox are plus 120, a total of 9 in this one. Seattle is 6-9 on the road, 9-5-1 to the under on the road. The White Sox are 7-8 at home, 8-7 to the under at home. I do think this could be one of those days where we actually see the Seattle offense come alive. Maybe they have 2 good days in a row. So I'll lean a bit towards the Mariners, but Castillo on the mound has been a little bit scary. I also think over 9 is live in this spot. Just partially based on what we saw in game 1 of this series, but not going to get too involved in this one in any way, shape, or form. Next up, we got the New York Mets heading to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. These two teams are actually playing right now, live at time of recording, with they're tied up at 1 apiece in the bottom of the 7th. The bases are loaded with 2 outs there for Arizona. So we'll see what happens in that one. In game 2, it looks like the Mets are going to hand the ball to Clay Holmes. He's 4-2 on the year, a 1.69 ERA. He has been lights out this season. Really can't ask him to be any better. He's given up a total of 6 earned runs over his last 5 starts or something like that. I mean, it's been excellent. Also, the Mets are 3-0 over his last 3 starts. So very good work there. The Mets bullpen has taken its lumps here recently, up to a 4.04 bullpen ERA. Their offense has been the problem this year. They're 29th in runs scored, last in slugging percentage, 29th in on-base percentage. Soto coming back, I'm sure, will help. He's got 4 home runs and he's batting .296, but it's been a rough year for them at the plate. The Diamondbacks, they haven't had a banner season either. They are 17-19 on the year. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Merrill Kelly. He's 1-3 this season, a 9.95 ERA. He's been a huge disappointment here. His last 3 starts, his first start was actually okay, but then the 3 after that just terrible, getting shelled by the Cubs, Brewers, and White Sox. We'll see if he can hold his own here against the Mets, but it's looking bad for him right now. The Diamondbacks bullpen has been atrocious, kind of as projected. Maybe atrocious, a little bit strong, but not very good. And the offense, not nearly as good as it was last season. So a lot of negatives right now for the Diamondbacks. The Mets are -120 here in game 2. The Diamondbacks are +100. A total of 8.5 in this game. The Mets are 8-11 on the road, 12-6-1 to the under on the road. The Diamondbacks are 9-7 at home, 8-7-1 to the over at home. Guys, with Clay Holmes on the mound, this is just way too affordable of a price. Give me the Diamondbacks give me the Mets, not the Diamondbacks. Give me the Mets at -120. They look like a good enough, maybe not the better, but probably the better team, honestly. With Holmes on the mound, they should be in great shape. Next up, guys, we're looking at the St. Louis Cardinals heading to San Diego to take on the Padres. These two teams are playing right now with the Cardinals up 6-0 in the top of the 7th. So we'll see if they can keep this thing rolling, see if they can hold on and win game 2 of this series. In game 3, they're going to hand the ball to Dustin May, who's 3-3 on the year, a 5.15 ERA. Coming off a decent start there against the Dodgers. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs allowed is not bad work against one of the best teams in the majors. Overall, his last 5 starts have been very playable. The Cardinals are 4-1 over those 5 starts, and he's thrown the ball really, really well. So we'll see what he can do here against the light-hitting Padres. The Cardinals' bullpen is also looking better and better as time goes on. Still not looking great, so let's not freak out too much. The offense is what has really kept this team going. Jordan Walker batting .309 with 10 homers. Burleson, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs, and a .270 average. They're 10th in the majors in runs scored. They are 9th in slugging percentage, 14th in on-base percentage. This team is just finding a way to get it done at the plate. So we'll see what they can do here against the Padres, who are in terrible shape in game 2. They're going to hand the ball in game 3 to Randy Vasquez, who's 3-1 on the year, a 3.20 ERA. He's been pretty good this year, although his last 2 starts, and honestly 3 out of his last 4, have raised some eyebrows. He struggled against the Cubs, that makes sense, but then struggling after that against the Giants, maybe not ideal. He has generally gotten some pretty good run support, but I'm a little bit worried about what Vasquez has been looking like here recently. The Padres bullpen has been pretty good. Not as good as they were last year, but still pretty solid. The offense, well, I mean, they are 16th in runs scored, fair, but they are 26th in on-base percentage and 26th in batting average, so certainly some issues there at the plate. Looking at the numbers for this one, the Cardinals are +125, the Padres are -145, a total of 8 in this game. St. Louis is 12-5 on the road, 9-7-1 to the over on the road. The Padres are 11-9 at home, 10-9-1 to the over at home. I got to take the red-hot Cardinals right now, the way they're playing. I assume they're going to finish off their 6-0 lead there with a win in Game 2, and with Dustin May throwing the ball well and Vasquez struggling recently, I don't see any reason to not take them here in Game 3 as well. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates heading to San Francisco to take on the Giants. These two teams are playing right now. They're in the bottom of the 6th with the Giants up 2-1, so we'll see how that close and low-scoring game finishes up. The Pirates, I mean, they're having a better season this year so far, but we'll see what happens. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Braxton Ashcraft, who's 1-2 on the year, a 3.02 ERA. He's coming off a dazzling outing there against the Reds. 7 2/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits allowed, and no runs surrendered. In a game, the Pirates would eventually win 1-0. So excellent work from him in that one, in a bounce back after getting shelled there by the Cardinals. He's had his ups and downs this year, but mostly ups, so we'll see what he can do here against the Giants. The Pirates' bullpen has been pretty good this year, a 3.94 bullpen ERA. Definitely not terrible, maybe not top of the mountain good, but definitely not awful. The offense, Well, that's taken a massive step, a leap in the right direction. They are top 10 in the majors in basically all the major categories. They're 6th in runs scored, they're 10th in batting average, they are 7th in on-base percentage. So suddenly this is starting to look like a real competent baseball team as they take on the Giants, who are not looking like a competent baseball team. They are 14-23 on the year. Landon Roop is going to get the start for them in this one. He is 5-2 this season, a 3.18 ERA. He is coming off a bad start there against Tampa Bay, but in general this year has been very, very good. We'll see what he can do here against the Pirates, not a team he's faced this season or anything like that, but generally Roop has looked very, very usable this season. So has that Giants bullpen. No problems there. Top 5, top 6 in the majors. A very solid bullpen. The offense is basically non-existent, though. They're last in runs scored. They are last in on-base percentage, 28th in slugging percentage. Nobody off to a particularly hot start. I mean, Casey Schmidt has 6 home runs and 18 RBIs. That's great. They've scored, 2 runs in their current game, 1, 5, 3, 1, 1, and 0 in the few games before that. It's bleak. So look at the numbers for this game, guys. The Pirates are minus 115. The Giants are minus 105. A total of 7 in this game. Pittsburgh is 10-8 on the road, 10-7-1 to the under on the road. The Giants are 8-11 at home, 9-8-2 to the under at home. I wouldn't blame anybody for taking under in this game or no run first inning or anything like that. But in terms of a side, give me the Pirates at minus 115. I think they find their way to some offense in this game, even against Roop, who's been good. Nothing from this game, though, is going anywhere near the pinned comment. Last but certainly not least, guys, we've got the Atlanta Braves heading to LA to take on the Dodgers. The Braves are now down 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th in a very tightly contested game 1 of this series. We'll see how that thing plays out. In game 2, the Braves are going to hand the ball to Spencer Strider. He has yet to figure out a result this season. He's only made 1 start. It did not go well. He went up against the Rockies. He gave up 3 earned runs over 3 1/3 innings on 4 hits. Also gave up a home run. He also walked 5 and struck out 6 in that game. So desperately in need of a bounce back. Trying to do that against the Dodgers is a very big ask. The bullpen behind him is phenomenal, though. One of the best 2 or 3 bullpens in all of Major League Baseball, so that certainly helps. The offense, not hitting the ball like crazy in their current game, obviously, but over the course of the year has been the highest scoring team in Major League Baseball. They're first in runs scored and first in slugging percentage. Matt Olson having an amazing year, so we'll see what they can come up with here against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, 23-14 on the year, kind of taking it easy here in the early goings. This is going to be the season debut of Blake Snell. Maybe they're trying to just skip his, early season struggles. Maybe they're trying to, ease that innings load. But this is going to be his first start this year. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, we saw him do some pretty big stuff there last season for the Dodgers. So we'll see what he can come up with in this one for his season debut. Now, the bullpen for the Dodgers has also looked much better down the stretch. Not necessarily a bullpen I thought would be amazing this season, but they are finding a way to piece things together. The offense has been weirdly mediocre. I know they put up 12 runs in Game 3 there against Houston, but it has not been as good of a season at the plate as they would have hoped. Betts, not being around definitely doesn't help. They're 5th in runs scored, they're 1st in batting average, they're 3rd in slugging percentage, so let's not act like they're terrible. Look at the numbers for this game. The Braves are plus 140. The Dodgers are minus 165. A total of 8.5 in this one. Atlanta 14-6 on the road, 12-7-1 to the over on the road. The Dodgers are 12-6 at home, 10-8 to the under at home. I'm going to be leaning towards the Braves at plus 140. The tiniest amount. I'm not getting involved in this game in a meaningful way. Don't get that mixed up. Strider looked terrible in his first start. I do think there's a chance he bounces back. We also have a long history of Blake Snell struggling in the early portion of seasons. That has happened to him a whole ton over the course of his career. So that's the reason for the lean in this one. But in general, I'm going to stay far, far away and just watch and see what happens. Guys, that's all the games we have available for today on a very busy Saturday. Make sure you're hitting that like button. It helps me get these videos promoted out there, and hopefully it'll bring good luck to you on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I really, really appreciate all the new subscribers we've gotten. We're on the road to 100K. Let's make it happen. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm certainly in those comments every single day. I see every single one of them. I try to answer as many as I possibly can. Thank you for watching. Make sure you click the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Get yourself over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out all the great free stuff over there, the free picks tab, the free email newsletter, and definitely consider signing up for a premium membership. Those premium picks going pretty hot right now. So definitely get in the mix on those, and we'll see you guys right back here again tomorrow. Same time, same place for more sports betting action.